Okay, you guys. I've been promising for a while now a sketchbook tour, so I'm just gonna go ahead and walk you guys through it really quick. This is obviously just a doodle page from our studio visit last month. Here, I believe you guys saw a process video. I have been really wanting to experiment more with colored pencils and a little more color use in some of my work in general, and just be a little more free with it. So I just sat down and started drawing this, and these are my watercolor pencils. This is before I got that big colored pencil set. So I just really like how it turned out. I like the general feel of it. Here again is that typical face you'll see from me. But you know, she's pretty, so I'm okay with it. This is my Beam watercolor painting that I did. My little kind of mixed media doodle watercolors, pencil, pen. Again, just kind of going with how I was feeling as I was doing the work, but if you can see, I keep on moving the page because I want to show you. Beam paints are handmade, the watercolor paints, and just look at that gold. Like, it's gorgeous. Not necessarily the painting, but that gold is gorgeous. This is just a grid in order of the new colored pencils I got, and guys, these colors are so lush, I can't even handle it. Like, cannot even handle it. Do you see these fluorescent colors? It's beautiful. So I've been having a lot of fun with those. I mean, a little bit. I've been slacking a little bit on my sketchbook for sure. And that always happens to me this time of year. I'm not sure if you guys go through that with seasonal changes, but it takes me a little while to mentally adjust to all the sunlight and how it kind of saps all the will out of my body for anything other than gardening and being outside. And my husband's always like, take your sketchbooks outside, do your work outside. And yeah, I mean, I can do that, but I guess a lot of my work is really emotion based too. And I'm just too darn happy in the summertime. But this is my Mother's Day drawing. If you guys follow me, you know I had a really emotional Mother's Day. And it was interesting because her face, like, this may not look exactly like her, but it captures her pretty well. And I kind of came to the conclusion with this that her face is very similar to my go-to face that I draw. So it's kind of like I've been drawing her ever since I lost her. It's interesting, huh? The way your mind holds on to things like that. I've been working on a new, bigger colored pencil drawing. You guys know that. This is a little study I did. I really wish I would have recorded it, but I forget what was going on. Maybe I was talking on the phone to my husband. He's in Canada right now, but just kind of working out before I started getting onto that piece of paper how I wanted to layer things and how I wanted these certain little things to look. And I'm pretty happy with this. I think hopefully it'll be better. It's not looking super great right now on the big drawing, but that's because I haven't gone in and done all of the layering. This one you guys saw. This was my study for the background of that piece. And I'm actually so happy with this. I am obsessed with doing clouds. I've been obsessed with clouds forever. I can kind of, I'll show you that painting some other time. Anyways, these are my first clouds that I'm super, super, super happy with. I'm very happy, very, very happy with this landscape. And this will be the background for the woman right now with the galaxy hair, the very large colored pencil piece I'm doing. So I'm happy with how this turned out. And the tundra. I love being out on the tundra and all the different colors, the golds and the sharp greens in contrast to the deep blues just kills me. So you guys did see a time lapse of this one, or some of you. No, if you're in my sketchbook, you definitely saw it. This is again, like I said, this month I've been having a hard time getting down here and making time for this. So I just came down. I didn't want to be down here. I say down here because I'm in the bottom half of my home. Almost the whole bottom half is my studio. I'm very lucky. But anyways, I wanted to be out in the sunshine. I wanted to be messing around. It's getting to be springtime. And this just kind of came to me and I started drawing it. And I'm super happy that I got down here and started working, because this may actually turn into a larger piece for me in some part. But this is, again, working with my new colored pencils. I really love all the depth and quality of color that they have. And I just did my hand with the idea that, you know, as mixed native Caucasian, I get very pale in the winter time, and it goes with that old stereotype of too pale to be native, right? Which is ridiculous, but a lot of us have grown up with those notions and those ideas. But I always love it in the summertime, because I brown really quick, you know? And so my idea for this was I will become growth. Like, I love it in the summertime because I become the color of the dirt that sustains and grows everything that we see around us. I think that's really beautiful. Anyways, the hand could use some work. But this, again, is just coming down here and struggling through trying to work. I was using paint markers, which, I mean, you can see, like, not super great. Standard go-to face. I'm good at eyes, you know, with just pen and ink. And I like what I did in the lips here, but, you know, overall, I don't think this piece is done yet. But I came down here and I gave it a quick, like, 15 minutes at least, and got something in my book. So over here, we'll go over to what I had deemed as my travel book. My travel sketchbook that I was going to start taking with me everywhere, and surprise, I did not do that. So here is a drawing I did of my daughter Sandia when she was sitting out on the porch, and you guys saw this one too. I drew the rough outline of it when she was sitting out on the porch, and then I did actually take this in the car because it was the first day I had it, and I was super dedicated to the idea for one day. Hopefully you guys can relate to that. Anyways, she's so beautiful and pouty. This is that drawing that I did that I'm basing the bigger piece off of. I love how this turned out. Again, I just kind of sat down. My go-to face, guys. Go-to face. But this just kind of came out. And with the idea of, like, either chasing the darkness away or letting my darkness fly, or giving my darkness fight. I don't know. You get the idea of kind of not pushing aside the deeper, darker emotions we have, but giving them room to breathe, right? Living in those for a minute and letting them go. This is another mix around attempt at trying not to be so controlling over my artwork that I did. Not super happy with how that turned out, but whatever. And I think that's it. I know I did a couple more pieces on my iPad too, but I don't have that loaded up right now. So we're just going to go with this for the sketchbook tour, and tell me your comments and ideas, what you did like, what you didn't like, or what you're doing in your sketchbook if you're working in a sketchbook too. Yeah. And thanks again for following along, guys, and all the support. I appreciate it.